afternoon, everyone. Today we are going to talk about the lumbar plexus. Now, as you can see, there's a little bit of a sloppy mess on your screen, but hopefully by the end of this video, you will have a better understanding of the lumbar plexus and the various spinal nerves that come together to form that plexus. So the first thing we need to remember is that there are 31 pairs of spinal nerves in the body, and that rami are branches of nerves. The lumbar plexus is formed by the anterior rami of L1 to L4. Now you can see at the top of this drawing I included T12. There's a small contribution of T12 and the subcostal nerve. So let's begin with L1. L1 exits the spinal cord and it branches into two nerves. The superior division is what I meant to say. Superior division is our iliohypogastric. And the iliohypogastric supplies the internal oblique, which is a muscle in the abdominal cavity, and also the transverse abdominal muscle. Now, the iliohypogastric also supplies skin of the pubis and gluteal region. Now, our lower or inferior branch of ilioinguinal is, I'm tongue-tied this afternoon. So L1 is the lower or inferior branch of L1 is the ilioinguinal. And the ilioinguinal supplies also the internal oblique and the transverse abdominal muscle. So both iliohypogastric and ilioinguinal are branches of L1. They both supply the internal oblique and transverse abdominal muscle. The difference is that the iliohypogastric supplies the skin of the pubis and the gluteal region. Moving right along, as we come down the lumbar plexus, L1 and L2 are going to join to form the genitofemoral nerve. L1 and L2 form the genitofemoral nerve. Now, this nerve is going to course through the inguinal canal, and eventually it's going to end up at the spermatocord in men, and it's going to innervate the cremaster muscle and also the scrotum. In females, it will innervate the labia majora. Now, when we get to the reproductive section, we will talk more about the spermatocord and also the cremaster muscle. And as we continue to move down, we can see that L2 exits the cord, L3 is going to branch, and the contribution from L2 and L3 are going to form the anterior lateral cutaneous branch. This nerve is actually going to run through the femoral triangle, and once again, when we get to reproductive anatomy, we will look at the femoral triangle, and also when we talk about GI, we will look at the significance of the femoral triangle for hernias. So L2 and L3 both provide contributions to the anterior lateral cutaneous. As we continue to move down, L2, L3, and also L4 are going to join to form the femoral nerves, which is also an important nerve in the human body. The femoral nerve is going to innervate the hip flexors and knee extensors. This is going to consist of mostly our quadriceps muscles, and the femoral nerve is also going to innervate the pectineal muscle and also the sartorius. As we continue to move down, Again, L2, L3, and L4 join via a different set of rami from the femoral, and these different set of rami from L2, L3, and L4 are going to form the obturator nerve. Now, the obturator nerve is primarily going to innervate the ADD ductors, of which this includes the adductor longus and brevis, the adductor magnus, gracilis, and the pectineus. So let's recap. L1 branches and forms iliohypogastric, ilioinguinal. L1 and L2 branch and join to form the genital femoral. L2 and L3 branch and join to form the anterior lateral cutaneous. L2, L3, and L4 have rami that form the femoral. L2, L3, and L4 have another set of rami that form the obturator nerve. This is a very, very basic video, and I hope that it helped with your understanding of the lumbar plexus.